I am live in the living room. I'm taking today as a chill day for me, and today I am looking up different poetry contests to enter some of my unpublished work since a lot of the poetry contests are, paid entry. I'm looking into the ones that are free entry and the ones that I can still get into for 2026, along with residencies and fellowships as well for poetry and for writing. So I go through honestly and I just look a lot of them up. That is my appa. I'm here in the living room. I'm doing something a little bit different. I won't be putting my face on the camera today, but that is my appa. My good boy. My goodish good boy. And you all will hear my brothers in the background. And so that will be the vibe of today's live, is looking into the Goddess Anahata, and you'll hear my console in the background because they live with me. Mwah. Okay, bye. Bye bye bye. Siétate. I'm also teaching him Spanish. Okay. Let's continue. Go sit down. Go sit down. Thank you. There we go. That one I was looking into, I don't want to do that one. So then I just go through everything that Google can find, and I go on social media and also see what other contests are there. I go on Instagram. Sometimes I look on TikTok. Hmm. So this one is a haiku contest, and my heart is, if you all have any ideas of poetry contests, fellowships, awards to submit for that you know of, definitely let me know. You can put it in the chat here. You can go on my other social medias, on Threads, on TikTok, on Instagram, and DM me from there of any more poetry competitions, contests, awards, fellowships that you all know of as well. Okay, hi, Scarhead. I go through a lot of the time and I just look for whatever fits the criterion. A lot of my work is already published, and so that automatically excludes me from different poetry contests and competitions because a lot of them want unpublished work. And even some of my unpublished work is going into my next book. So that is the poetry that I'm looking to only submit. I haven't been writing as much for National Poetry Month. I have a confession. I actually only wrote one poem. Yes, I read the chat. I just said hi to you. But I only submitted one, not submitted, only wrote one poem for April. And I haven't been as active in my writing, but I do still have some that I wrote since the last time I published my last book. Let's see. You're talking in the chat right now and I'm responding to you, so I'm not necessarily sure what you mean. Oh, this one's only for April, I think. Yeah, that one already passed. So when you're independent, and especially when you are in the process of learning still, a lot of the times it just looks like this: going and doing the online research, going page after page after page and seeing what you can submit, where you can submit, and what resonates with what you're writing. And I'm doing that with both my music and with poetry as well. So, okay. And then I'll go and then take the word free off and just see where else I can submit, I'll start with what they give me at the top, and again, I still go through and look at everything. Today's been a really, okay, this one could be, let's get that out of the way. Wow, there's a lot of entries. So this one will be one that I look into, and once I find one that I like, I leave the tab open. I go through, I keep looking, and then once I get a couple that I actually want to submit to, then I go ahead and just submit to them altogether based on the poems that I want to submit. Oh, it's been raining so bad where I am. My heart is so, I'm super sleepy. I'm just happy that a lot of the daytime work that I have to do, I get to be remote, and then I can do everything else creatively and prepare for the next couple of months since May is almost over and just a few short days, is it 9 days? It's from the 22nd to the 30th, yeah, then the 31st. So 9 days, May's over, and then June, super busy for me creatively and professionally. So I'm doing them both. Let's see, this one. First books. And I'm already a two-time published author. And another thing I want to tell you all is that my publishing company, Lunar Levels Publishing, is in the process of restructuring and rebranding. Once we're able to get to a secured point in funding and in receiving different monies in the forms of being able to create a grant program, we're also going to be offering our own contests, our own poetry contests, anthology contests, and different fellowships and awards too. Lunar Levels Publishing is a silver standard publishing company that caters to new authors and emerging authors, focusing on works of poetry, prose, creative, philosophical works, and visual photography collections. So if you are anywhere in those genres, Lunar Levels Publishing is for you and is here to help you and help you grow, especially as a brand new author who wants to publish a book. And so as LLP grows, we intend to have our own contests and awards for individuals that are no cost, and some will be low cost depending on the prize involved and depending on the award involved, but many of them will be no cost to give open access for authors and for poets to be able to have that access. So just a little bit into the vision as LLP grows. We will be coming up on our third anniversary next month. June 29th, 2026 will be Lunar Levels Publishing third anniversary, and that will celebrate 3 years that we've been operating, and it's still very small, but the vision of it and the way that it's growing and the way that I'm taking the time to structure it, that in itself has put me in a position, I forgot pw.org does that. It's put me in a position to make something that really lasts and is really amazing. So I told you guys that this is going to be a short live, and I came on at just before 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock when it's usually 6 o'clock, but I still will not skip a live. I will do everything in my power to always, 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 let me get off PW, but to always, always, always come on live on rotating platforms, live on Venus Day every single Friday. The Goddess Anahata will do it. I was already on this one. Let's calm down some. Every single Friday, live on Venus Day with the Goddess Anahata, the goddess of the heart chakra, between rotating platforms of YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. and I will be going live on Instagram as soon as I reach 1,000 followers because that's Instagram's requirement in order to go live. So, if no one has questions for the goddess, this is a brief moment into my life, into what I do in all levels of my artistry and in my craft to really expand myself as a one woman show, my own PR, my own social media manager, creator, writer, and everything else is also coming into the world of Google, looking up what I can do to get more notoriety and more credibility as a published author. Okay. I love you, my heartist. Until next time.